Witam was serdecznie. Okidoki. A nie możemy teraz szybkiej podróży mieć? Chyba nie. Okej, to mogę zejść. Okay.
I hope everyone is all right. My people settled these lands in the name of freedom. It took 50 years, but our oppressors caught up to us. I hate living in interesting times.
Right. I prefer things as boring as possible.
Again and again they strike.
Stąd tutaj kiedyś wyszedłem. Tak, tam była ta presja, czy co to było. Dawać mi to wszystko. Ile tutaj jest w ogóle ciał? O, flaszka.
I thought you did quite well under the circumstances.
Pełno jest tych ciał tutaj.
Good news, envoy. We captured it.
There's the city. Thank
Envoy, over. I see you avoided the carnage. A few of your countrymen, well, let's say they didn't know any better.
You may have beaten us today, but it's only a matter of time before Emerald Stair bends the knee.
Shut up already. Since the two of you are kin, I thought maybe you could help squeeze some information out of him.
Co się stało? Co się stało?
What we know is this. The Steel Garrote marched on Emerald Stair. We're pretty sure they wanted to set us to the torch.
And you taught them the error of their ways. Well done.
Just doing my job, same as you. What I don't understand is why they came unprepared. Few soldiers, and even fewer supplies. If the Steel Garrote wanted to start a fire, they sure didn't pack a lot of firepower.
To było moje spraw... rozkminić posiłki w tym obozie.
That was you?
Well, that's one question down. I'm sure the governor will want to thank you himself. As for our friend here...
It doesn't matter what you do to me. The living lands will be brought to heel.
Now listen, I am a patient man. But if you don't give us some answers, the envoy here is going to rip you in half.
Na dwie potwory, prawda?
I'm not looking forward to cleaning up the mess. So you can help me by telling us what we want to know.
Your threats are wasted, cur. I have nothing to hide. Inquisitor Ludwig gave the order to march on Fior Messiverno.
Dum. Po co ona to robi?
Emerald Stair's on the precipice of disaster. Crops have failed, the townsfolk are defiant, and it's only gotten worse.
I fail to see how attacking my city helps the situation.
The coast is the only habitable corner in the living lands. We can unite as one people, or let the wilderness take us. What choice do we have? Tradition led this place to its doom. Better that it burn, and the people start again.
That is, without a doubt, The worst justification for a war crime that I have ever heard.
Ludwig tried to hasten the inevitable. Nothing more.
Ah, now that is what I call a thorough confession. What do you want to do with him? As an adherent, I trust you know how to handle it by the book.
By the book. Egzekucja. Musimy dać przykład wszystkim różnym Ludwin. Odesłać go do ambasady w kajdany. Tak to jest niedopuszczalne. Egzekucja. Trzeba odesłać go do ambasady. Egzekucja!
I'll see to it myself. One clean cut. Then again, I am known to be a little clumsy with an axe.
I say we give his body to Elia. Make him a revenant. Or worse.
Maybe that's taking it a bit too far. Thanks, Envoy. If I know the Burn Queen, she won't mind if we enjoy our vengeance a little.
If the Steel Garrote want justice, this is what it looks like.
You know, I'm not one to judge you for cold-blooded murder, but I'd say that was one of your best.
Nie, nie, nie. Oni atakowali. Nie ma kurde jeńców. Nie wydano punktu. Oj tak, ja mam punkt. Ja mam punkt. Maga akurat jak na razie nic nie dam. Wojownika. Może po otrzymaniu obrażeń regenerujesz. Może dać tutaj wodce. Żywność przywraca o 20% więcej zdrowia. A czas trwania do więcej zdrowia. Więcej. Muszę mieć 15 level. Że nie tarczy? Nie, nie mam tarczy. Z łuku. Sztyletami. Jednoręczną. Dodatkowe materiały. Średniej i czeskiej zbroi o 15. Zmniejsza spady kondycji. To mi się akurat podoba. Mam ciężką zbroję. Ciężki pancerz. Lekki. To są lekkie w ogóle tutaj. Ciężki pancerz. Dobra, to ciach. Nie. I mamy zmniejsza spady kondycji o 25. It is good.
Envoy, I owe you my gratitude, and perhaps an apology. They tell me you're the reason our city is standing. You took care of the Steel Garrote before they could cause any serious damage.
No na to, że przygotowali... No,
I can't
przygotowali.
imagine what it cost you to stand up to the likes of the Steel Garrote, but we won't forget it.
No doubt your Inquisitor is aware of what happened here. You've made a powerful enemy.
I don't think she knows the meaning of the word. As for us, we're still standing, but our enemies have little patience for failure.
We agree on one thing. The Steel Garrote have declared war on the living lands.
That sort of thinking is precisely why my father fled the Vailian republics.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradis. Today marks a notable victory, but we've only bought ourselves time, not salvation. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms It was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was falling apart on my watch. And I wasn't strong enough to bear it.
Dlaczego zmieniłaś zdanie?
You must
zmieniłeś.
understand. My mother has the dream scourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover, but her mind grew as blighted as her lands. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Giata.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness, but I will do everything in my power to make this right. Whatever you have to say, I'm ready to hear it.
Śmiało, scenę zaraz połonisz, Margowy, dowiedzieliśmy się.
Giata, is it true?
I'm afraid so. Even if we pooled our efforts, we're no match for the power bearing down on us.
Then our worst fears are confirmed. We're defenseless, unequipped, and backed into a corner.
We can't remain in Emerald Stair.
But we can return someday. Rebuild your father's legacy. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradise.
Rajski port jest kontrolą, jeśli wyrażasz sprzeciw. Dobrze.
Exactly. As long as we are animancers, the adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn, we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Zaprowadź swoich ludzi do trzeciogrodu. Róbcie badania, pomagajcie
We'll be
jak
proud
możecie.
to lend our strength to theirs, as animancers and as fellow expatriates.
Not the place I'd send them, but... Right. Best of luck.
I have my misgivings, but you helped my father leave the republics. I trust you to help us again. What of you, envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Czy ktoś z was słyszał o miejscu zwanym Ogrodem?
Oh, I do.
O!
Yardsley? Don't tell me you were getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akitan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Nakukubel.
Gods, here we go.
Here
which
we
is in
go.
Shatterscarp. So we've got to get there now. Though the city was saved, my research wasn't. Which means the Steel Garrote knows just as much as we do. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too. Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman.
Wygląda na to, że spaczamy z drogi. Dobra, później się spotkamy. Na bank.
Complicated, but stranger things have happened.
For what it's worth, I vouch for Yatsley. She's a good friend and a bad influence. Right now, we could use both.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarpa. It's guarded by some of our best rangers. I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the gods protect you, envoy.
Exploring the living lands with a friend.
Okej.
What more could I ask for?
Gdzie jest gubernator? Wpierw do ciebie.
Welcome back!
Nara. Was zatrzymam. Masz może jakieś wytrychy jeszcze?
Welcome back.
Welcome back! Tak. On będzie na pewno na północy. Tam, gdzie mnie nie chcieli przypuścić. Na bank. W końcu mamy jakiś punkt do rozdania też. Max kondycję. A nie mówiłem, że tam? A nie mówiłem? Dobrze, już tam byliśmy.
Come closer, envoy. A moment of your time, if you please. From one adherent to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands. You interfered in our plans. Take it from me, Inquisitor Ludwig isn't at all pleased.
Ja też.
In that case, maybe it's not too late to make amends.
You lost the fight for Emerald Stair, and now you ask for peace? Don't make me laugh.
Hear me out. That's all I ask. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head, and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our soldiers were poised to attack Fior Messiverno. If you had been made aware, you would not have interfered.
Dlaczego?
You might not want to admit it, but Fior Messiverno is a settlement in decline. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. What exactly do you think you saved?
My home, which you have no right to condemn.
You've done nothing but condemn it. Shouting matches with the governor, open defiance.
I fight for my home because I cherish it, you shit-eating worm. Because I want us to survive.
Then I hope you enjoy the consequences of your actions. Fior Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them.
To była długa droga, ja nie zamierzam patrzeć jak płonie jakaś osada.
You're here for the health of the island, not the survival of one floundering outpost. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir, if that's what it takes.
Brat dowie się o wszystkim.
And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you, but don't get in our way a second time. It won't end well.
No, popełniają poważny błąd.
Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garrote love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
Word travels fast.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last.
Osmytu był przywoi rozbitym człowiekiem. Zapłacić za to.
Decent men die every day. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances.
Prost. Nie mogę się doczekać.
Nor should you, if you insist on interfering with our work. Be seeing you, envoy. Sooner or later.
You've seen what happens when the Steel Garrote mess with Emerald Stair. I suggest you remember it.
Trust me, we will. Good luck with her, envoy. You're going to need it.
I didn't think it was possible to hate someone this
Dobrze.
much.
Nice lady. Hate her,
Idziemy
don't trust her.
dalej.
Want to kill her, but nice lady.
I co? Nowa lokalizacja, ta?
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention why the Steel Garrote attacked my fucking home. Who cares what she believes? What right have the dead to judge the living? We were lucky this time. My people will be on high alert, but that doesn't mean we're safe. The Steel Garrote are hunting anyone who doesn't conform to their vision of the living lands. Our freedom is on the line.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn?
Szlacheckie pochodzenie.
But you better come
Yep.
prepared. Thirdborners are a rugged bunch, and they don't give ground. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back changed.
Odmienieni?
Their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted. Some confused and disoriented like Belena, others violent like Adelaro.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Right. The garden. Sure.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge. Yahtzee is a
Jedziemy z
master of the
koksem.
unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yahtzee can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try.
Do dzieła!
This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada Castell. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castell. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes. We cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything?
Niewiele.
In other words, nothing we didn't already know. Well, at least we tried. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek, but I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise.
Dobra,
Stop.
jedziemy.
You're aggravating my
Jedziemy
ulcer.
już, dalej.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it.
Dobra, daj mi się tam.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. I wanted to say, for all of its imperfections, Fiormis Iverno deserves a second chance. Thanks to you, it has one. I won't forget it.
Zaczynam się zastanawiać, co robi Imperium.
No need to question it
Żyjący
anymore.
Ziem.
They've made their intentions clear. Just to be safe, we should remain vigilant. Sleep in shifts. Look after each other. Rest while you can. Our enemies are organized, but so are we.
Dobra, uff.
We've got a long road ahead.
Nic nie mogę ulepszyć. Do trzeciogrodu.
We should. What happened to Fiormis Iverno? But that doesn't mean the living lands is safe. If anything, it's more dangerous by far.
Zgadzam się.
And in my case, it's inevitable. No matter where Animancers go, someone is always trying to kill us. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. Don't worry. I plan to hold the mortals accountable. As many of them as it takes. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach. Even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dream Scourge. And I couldn't save my people. How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? I wish I could. But that legacy is a debt I can never pay off. My parents died pursuing a better future for Animancers. I can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. And right now, that's all it is. I have some pondering to do. Let me know if there's anything.
Dobra. Starczy, odpocznij.
You too.
Już z tobą rozmawiałem. Rozmawiałem.
I hope Thirdborn is a good community for my people. They've been through a lot.
Dobra, to co? Śmigamy. Potwierdź. Mi się podoba, że ona może leczyć. I tarczę daje.
I smell death here.
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
How many did you lose?
Not even
Zjemy sobie grzybki.
down because they come as a dream.
We have enough supplies, but
This isn't a place to just stand around.
Słyszę coś. Oh yeah.
Go where? Nothing but death.
Such a loss of life. Who is responsible for this?
We have everything we need in Adia. What are we doing here?
Okej. Co to jest? To już jest... Oj, cóż, nowa mapa. Nowa mapa, proszę państwa. Mamy tutaj blizny wojenne.
Don't know how many of our own were lost. Upwards of 20 at least.
Another Adiran, Kutabao.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Yep.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Adiran dream thralls.
No, but most are. Our troops haven't been spared, and more are falling ill.
In all their military might, your Adiran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Adirans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise when it's safe.
This isn't a land of secret dalliances and poison and goblets, Envoy. These lands could kill you before you even reach Thirdborn.
We've been through a lot already. This isn't our first terrifying ordeal.
Look, Envoy. Kith aren't too keen on Adirans at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Nie bój się. Nie bój się.
Good luck, Envoy.
Ja sobie już dam radę.
They have the energy to argue, but not to solve problems. Reminds me of home.
Dobra. Mam od razu tutaj już misję poboczną. La. Nowa kraina. Taka trochę skalista. Na pierwszy rzut oka. Ale okej. Dobra. No to na tym zakończymy ten odcinek, a w następnym jedziemy oczywiście dalej. To trzymajcie się i do zobaczenia.